Welcome back, folks. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you again here. And map number 1 was a doozy for Imperial and a disappointment for Red Canids. A 13-3 finish for Imperial, the Brazilian old guard. And we're going to hop into their map pick now of Overpass. Nate, it does not bode well for the Red Canids.
No, it most certainly does not. I don't think we saw, and I think the closest or the most one-sided scoreline we saw last time was like a 13-4. Maybe we did see a 13-3, but regardless.
We saw 13-2.
Oh, we did. Did we?
Yes, it was first map of the final.
Oh, we did. You're right. Red Canids versus Mid in Brazil. You're right. 13-2 on Anubis. In favor of the Red Canids, might I add. So the fact that they lost a map in almost the exact same way with only one more win under their belt is a little bit worrying. Especially if you are a fan of the Red Canids. Slower one to start things off. Mython taken down early on in the engagements over towards Fountain. Sticking around a little too long. Mid-run call for Red Canids is to push water and put 2 on A, but can they stop this push? Smoke will go down for jump up. Smoke, I believe, for bank as well. Hardzao, his steps should have been heard over towards long. Gonna be a bit of a crossfire between
their truck.
No, they don't. Phelps just wants that long player. He finds him. Destiny a double in response, but he's taken down. Phelps does them both in. Looks for the next running through the smoke. Venom Zera, not long for the world whatsoever. Barthin the last, the IGL smoked kit in hand. And 3 to find. He's towards the bank. He's given away his positioning. This looks to be an Imperial pistol round on the T side of their own map pick.
That would be back-to-back pistol rounds and 2 of 3 for Imperial if they're able to convert. Red Canids won the first pistol round of map number 1, the second round of the map, and one more at a 6-2 scoreline, making it 6-3. That was all she wrote for the Canids. Barthin with the kill onto Phelps will try and make this retake happen, but his time is with about 2 seconds to get on the bomb, and it is now gone and elapsed. Kenny will put him down in the end. Bomb will explode and probably take Kenny with it. Never mind, he's safe. Forget they haven't changed the round timers in CS2 yet. And Imperial get off to that 1-0 lead. It's going to be a force buy from Red Canids, though, from the early purchasing. And Imperial look to be ready for it, at the very least, with 3 rifles, 2 AKs, 1 Galil. The UMP on Vinny, not a gun you see very often. And the MAC-10 on bolts. I'm curious to see how the UMP performs on a long-range map like Overpass.
Interesting. My biggest concern was that Barthin went for the round for the play in the round prior. I assume they're going to save in this round, so he thought they'd have no chance. But with the buy, you'd think the kit could be fairly consequential.
Maybe they weren't going to force buy initially, and then they got the extra kill, and they're like, 3 buys dead, maybe why not? Go for it.
I guess that would make sense. Flat towards long, there's a double setup here. Player towards the back of tree. Doesn't get the 1D clean. Destiny will eventually do one in, but couldn't imagine seeing a second, and that's clearly not the case. Venom Zera towards the corner. Tag down, not quite taken out as of yet, but no way should have him dead to right. On the swing, and he takes some damage. There we go. No way. There's no way that player can find a kill. 2 versus 4 for hardzao and Barthin. Eagle and MP9. Again, no kit. Not that it matters. Sight falls. The second player should probably be saving at that stage. Hardzao. Waiting for contact. Imperial have slowed things down immensely.
Look at the rotation of Barthin, too. He's waffling back and forth, unable to decide if he stays or goes. Stays B, goes A, doubles ups, 1v1s. Now he goes back down to the B side. No way with a UMP peek. Destroys hardzao. And that's going to signal a rotation down to B from Imperial, which is probably not the call Barthin would like, because he's the one with the gun here. He does take down the first opportunity. 1v4 for Barthin. Now it's a 1v3. The rifles should be saved. At least 2 out of the 2 AKs are saved, and that's really what's important. The UMP into the next round is not a big deal, considering that it's going to be a free farm gun for Imperial on the USP buy, or save rather, of Red Canids. And Imperial 2-0, looking like a 3-0 start here on their map pick on the T side. And as we all know, Overpass is a very favorable map for the CTs, so everything you can get on the T side, it's always nice. It's a bonus.
It is. 8 stacks towards Fountain. Doesn't do too much. For the CT side, there we go. The ace finally come through. Barthin finds 1. Phelps farming. They're looking for the ace. Will be taken down. He got a good chunk of cash with the MAC-10. 2 AKs
you should
again.
be happy with that.
Yeah. That's what? 3 with the he got 3 with the Mac 10 if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, 3 Mac, 1 Glock. That's
2100 in kill rewards.
Yeah, 21. Nithon gets the op out. Henny does as well. Will we have an Opera's duel? I hope so. I really hope so. I miss not seeing the op duels, man.
Yeah, that's way more respectful. Does very much suck to miss those kind of decision points early on in series when the ops finally come out. On a map
Look at
like
that damage.
some good damage on the Phelps. The op duel as well is like very important on map like Overpass where the op is meant to run over. It's meant to take over. Take out the op early on for one side and not the other can prove a very critical tipping point.
That's a nice pick from Bardine, doubling up with the Venom Zeta. Henny does trade it back, and he's still somewhat wary of another player around the con area. 4v4, though. Phelps is low, and with Bolts, Henny in no way still alive. You have to imagine Imperial still have a good amount of money, or rather firepower, to make something work with this round. They do have a lot of money still left over. 7,000 on Bolts, 4K on Vinny. Bomb plant gets him a full buy in the next regardless. The bomb is now hedging over towards A long. 2 on-site proper, hardzao and Nithon. Neither actually checking long, and with Phelps up top, this is a perfect counter to an op swing here from Nithon out long. He's just been spotted at the APC. And does he make the call? There's people long. hardzao clearing up through lane. Going forward, Henny's watching for that op play. Phelps working his way towards lane now with Bolts lurking towards B. Time is so low. The molly comes in. Nithon burning. Venom Zeta down and almost out. Nithon singed and forced away. 8 seconds to the clock. 3 to plant. In comes Destiny. hardzao as well. Double up for 2 of them. And now it's up to Bolts on B to do nothing but survive. Imperial, they overthink that round significantly. They wait too long to go. They give Red Canids a critical gun round victory. And now that T economy is going to have to do some shuffling to get a full buy up.
So it will. Those last 2 rounds not exactly flawless. They did build up money, but weren't perfectly clean. 4 AKs. What does Henny have? An op on the ground or just an AK? Maybe it's the Tech 9 actually. Oh, less than ideal, but a water push with that pistol could definitely work out. And Imperial, they like to get a kill and slow down. We saw it a lot on Anubis. It worked incredibly well, might I add, but they didn't clear the close angles. They didn't give the respect to the possibility that hardzao could be lurking back of bathrooms. And that really is what cemented that round in their favor. Imperial can't let time get away from them like they did in the round prior. hardzao, though, far more hard stance in this round as he pushes all the way into connector, catches one shuffling around between nades and gun. That's Vinny taken out of the round, and the advantage firmly secured. The op of Nithon as well does not have a counterpart on the other side of the equation. Red Canids just run their protocols, just run their routes. Should have this round in the bag.
Slow pace now in the mid-round. Phelps clearing up close bathroom. Nithon supporting hardzao. Flash blinds hardzao, but he's still safe from vision right now. hardzao running around. Another bit of utility coming through. Smokes, flashes high. hardzao, will he be cleared out? No, he won't. He'll pick up a pair because they do not clear the corners. Bolts will trade back 1, but then he gets felled by hardzao. He's got a 3-piece on the round, makes 4, and Bolts will find nothing more. 2 in a row for Imperial. No bomb plants, no money for Imperial. Rather, it was Red Canids with 2 in a row, and Imperial are struggling now with this T side. They're not getting anything going. They're stalling out, essentially, and they're not checking some corners here. They're taking too long, maybe, and it might be a better idea to go back to their no-holds-barred, fast, aggressive play style that was working for them on Anubis, because the slower style of play is exactly the opposite of what's working for them here on Overpass.
It's like they're playing slow and getting, like, mid-ish control, you know, around the midpoint of the map, and then from there they mount their take without clearing the close corners, without clearing the first hurdles, and hardzao, that's the second time in a row where he's played aggressive bathrooms. The first time was in the corner, right inside the door. The second time was right by the trash can, and both times he gets a pair of kills and shuts down the take in effect. They need to do their due diligence. Hardzao, again, is stomping ground right around this area of the map. It's a power position, and if you play it right, if your opponents don't check you, you can just take the round away single-handedly. He's done it twice. Well, it's just pistols now. Surely Imperial clear these close angles.
Another drive-by one by hardzao. Does get cleared out. Destiny picks up 2. Python tagged down, and not quite out of this fight yet. There's Destiny to save him, and the last kill goes his way. A little dangerous, but overall smooth for Red Canids. And now we see guns up again for Imperial. Do we see an adjustment to this T side, though? Because those first couple of gun rounds were a bit rough, to say the least. And typical ill on Henny, too, to get that utility up. But it's just been really hardzao around the bathrooms that hasn't been able to be cleared out, and is causing chaos for Imperial, and that's because they're just waiting too long and letting them get into positions, not clearing their corners.
Destiny as well, however, can't be understated. He's a very good support, a very good distraction for hardzao. In fact, he's eclipsing hardzao in terms of kills. hardzao opening things up yet again, this time on Phelps. He's towards Fountain, an aggressive peek that goes unchecked. Barthin catches Vinny trying to make inroads towards B. I was going to say Imperial should probably change the direction, their course of action towards the other site. But they're splitting their forces, and that's only doing them in further. No way. Trying to lurk up to connector. Python is here. There should be a kill on the opera. At least that's something, but they're still down by 1, and there's still not a lot of utility to work with. Only 2 smokes, a Molotov, and 2 flashes for Imperial. Not to mention the superior mound count for the defense.
There's still a possibility for Imperial to pull away with this round, but they have to get something going. They have to get a pick here. And Red Canids not with like losing. There's a good spot onto the player in water. No way. No way for a trade back. Zera in the open. Dry fight 1 on Bolts. Who's in the wrong way. Henny will trade that back. 2v3, 35 seconds on the clock. A good amount of time to rotate around, but they have to hurry now if they want to go for it. No way flashed in. Zera blinded and removed. Destiny falls to the young gun as well. New kid on the block opens up the B site. Bomb can move in and can be planted, but hardzao was fast on a rotation all the way into water. Has to drop down, but he can get there silently, and he does just that. Bomb not yet planted. 10 seconds to go. Good, well-timed Molotov. And now the bomb should be planted. Holy smokes, Imperial. Get the bomb down. That is cutting it close. And now the bomb goes down in the nick of time as Henny's in the red. Shut down up to no way versus hardzao. 1 player will end with 3 if they win. 1 will end with 4. More experience versus new kid around. No way doing a good job buying time, dancing around the pillar. Needs to be careful, though. He's a 1 tap away from falling down. Time brought about halfway to victory for Imperial. No way swings and commits, and he wins the fight. Expensive victory for Imperial, and again, it comes down to them taking way too much time on making decisions.
Yeah, waffling about on the site's the best way to put it. Clearing out water. They know it's virtually guaranteed to be a short or a monster play, and if they just plant the bomb immediately after throwing the Molotov, they're safe. If they stutter, they slow down, there's a delay in response, and that very nearly gives hardzao the inroads required to clutch up that round in a 1v2 fashion. Imperial cinched back their lead by a narrow margin, but there are worrying cracks showing bugs. I'm beginning to wonder why Imperial went for this pick.
I mean, their CT side should be fine, but this T side is leaving a lot to be desired. There's a lucky kill on the hardzao, who's now taking a page out of Imperial's book and running around like a headless chicken. Red Canids just left an opportunity for a lead slip. And that is something that could definitely bite them in the behind, too. Nithon's in a bit of an awkward spot. He either fights his way out, and that's not going to be easy. Now he's revealed himself. There's guns around the corner, rifles charging in. Wide swing, jump over, molly in, and in they come. You can't even get a shot off, can't acquire a target. 1 for Destiny, and then traded back by No Way, who's really heating up on Overpass. Maybe this is why they wanted to play it, because this guy likes this map a ton. Vinny might be 0-6, but No Way's 10-5, and he's been the hero the last couple of rounds.
Yes, he has. Op of Nithon really just talked about it. You have to set up. You have to be in a good spot to find multi-kills, to not necessarily peek around because peeking can be very fickle, but you know, a spot where you're ready to greet players. That'd be like Dice, Divider maybe, that's kind of expected. Somewhere maybe holding top con push, double stack towards bathrooms, for example. Long bathrooms, though, on an island and alone is definitely not the play. Maybe if he had hardzao, he'd have a little bit more support, but regardless, I feel like a long bathrooms is not a spot you play with a sniper. You play it with a rifle, and you just try to buy as much time as possible. 12 seconds left. Again, Imperial leaving things to the last moment. Still, this time, there's going to be no contention from Bartin. Or Barton, however you want to pronounce it. He'll fall away. 5th on the board for Imperial. And Red Canids, their insistence on the op is hindering their economy massively. They have next to no money. Bartin can drop a pistol or something similar in the following, but it's going to be a save more than likely. That should give Imperial a 6th round as a result.
Imperial, I mean, they've gotten to where they'd probably like to be, at least 5 rounds on the board. It's definitely not a bad place to be on T-side Overpass, although it definitely can be more. Should just be a save around this M4, though, from Red Canids. Maybe a couple pistols dropped by Bartin himself. P250s can adorn 4 players. That would only cost him 1,200 and still leave him above that 2K mark. He'll toss utility around. And that'll be it. Just utility, stock pistols, and the saved M4 in the hands of Red Canids. Vinny on the op, Nate. I think he had a con spawn. That's why he went for it. But that's a very odd call. There we swap it back to Henny, and Bartin up in party. Not having one as he gets tagged. Flash over can help him out. He sprays down 1 blind player and 2. Good flash in. No Way and Phelps both removed. And now there's something cooking here for Red Canids with nothing but a hero gun. Vinny will shut down Destiny, but look at his health. It's in the red. That is far from ideal. Here's the bomb, works its way down to B.
It's a massive double, enabling your rifler, your one rifler to find kills. Bolts again, not clearing angles. He should. Venom's there just tucked in towards the barrels. Bolts, though, finds his 2 teammates in the meanwhile. Venom's are going all in. He wants this round. Double dink onto 1. Second on the bomb planter, not the case. Vinny supports despite his low HP. The last alive is Bartin, the hero rifle. He's on the flank. It's all on timing. Vinny swings, but he's not expecting him to be so close. Bartin could pull it off. Henny has the up in hand. He's holding the angle. Seen the not miss in this kind of situation before, and it misses here. 15 HP for Bartin, but Henny doesn't know it. Glock out. He will find the kill eventually through the wall for a little bit of flair. That round should not have gotten as close as it did.
That one is a very, very nice little finish from Henny, but a very sketchy round overall from Imperial. They get doubled up. They push into B. They don't clear Toxic. If you've got over 250 hours in Counter-Strike, you know that you need to clear Toxic on Overpass every single time you take the B side. It's a basic clear. You gotta clear Toxic, because that can happen. And they are lucky to escape with a round victory. Python does not take an op shot. No way. We'll say hello. And the round starts off with an opening advantage for the Imperial. Red Canids about to lose. The second guy is... I don't know how Vinny's going to be able to get this here. He gets 2 out of that. He just walks back in. hardzao almost looks like there was no information, no communication. I'm still not sure how Vinny got the first one either. It's just a complete lapse of focus for Red Canids.
Crossing in the smoke, player tucked in the corner. There's a lot of reasons he could have gotten by, but regardless, he shouldn't have. He definitely should not have gotten both. Vinny went from the quiet one at 0 and 7 to a 4 and 7 spearheading around, guaranteeing an advantage for Imperial at this point in the game. It'll be a 7th more than likely, unless something outrageous happens from Destiny. Helps clearing up. Should have a trade. Oh, okay. Maybe Destiny can do something. He finds a pair on A. That sends Imperial shifting down towards connector, potentially, as Bolts is lurking B. Bartin is here, but he has 2 angles to worry about. It's all on timing. Bolts walking out. Could find the kill. His barrel spotted. And Bartine takes some damage, but wins the duel. It's even footing. And Destiny's gotten even closer, even more aggressive. He'll find one. The second is Henny on the op in Tech 9, and that weapon cannot pull it off. The caster's curse is in full effect. Destiny answers the call, and he secures a big 4K all on his lonesome on the A site.
Great 4K from Destiny, saving the life of the Red Canids here, trying to claw them into a 6-6 scoreline. Hardzao and Bartine there with him at 9 apiece, but Venom Zeta and Nithon, Venom Zeta in particular, a guy you really don't want to see at this kind of a scoreline, only 2 and 7. Nithon 1 and 8 CT side of Overpass with the op. Henny now on a hero AK though. He's going to try and do some serious damage with that. Glocks out for No Way and Phelps. Tech 9, Vinny, and Bolts. And the op onto Henny. That's the hero rifle gone. There is still some armor left to salvage that AK. But that is a good start for Nithon here. Something he needs and something his team needs against a dangerous half-buy, which can yield some results for the T side.
Yes, it can. Play his cards right. On activate though. He's been playing on an island alone. He needs more support. Let's get confident. All 4 Imperial players over towards A. Nice little jump, run across over towards long. No one here. No race forward. Hardzao is back to the hard angle in towards bathrooms. Does he get cleared this time? We still have plenty of time. About 55 seconds. He will get spotted. Who wins the duel? Nithon supporting on the op. Hardzao dinked, taken down. 2 players here now to pick up the pace. Destiny up close, finds one. Not a second. Bolts gets the trade, and the op of Nithon should be overwhelmed here. He's lucky to find one. He can't get away. 2 versus 2 secured, and Vinny has an op in hand as well. He's ready to shut down these 2 retaking players. Both playing together. They're both towards jump up. Vinny, though, doesn't know that. He's going to go down towards bank. Bolts is going to let him go for the play. Spot comes in. Almost a lineup, and Vinny splits the goalposts. Bartine takes him down. Bolts the last life planting. He's spotted. He doesn't get it down. He gets one. No, he gets it. Compels a team kill, excuse me. Bartine gets 3 in the round if you count his teammate. 5-6. Red Canids have found a way. They're about to tie things up.
They're knocking on the door of a tie, but that team kill really does hurt that CT economy. It's going to probably lead to 2 SMGs. No, it'll be 1 SMG in the hands of Venom Zeta, and light utility on Destiny and Hardzao. Just smokes for each, and no helmet for Hardzao either. 2 kits at least for Red Canids. No op for Nithon. Full AKs for Imperial, already with 6 on the T side of Overpass, but they would like a whole lot more here. If they can get the 7, be huge. There's nobody watching the long play, and Phelps pays for it. Bartine will pick up 1 as well over towards Monster, and Imperial are falling like flies as Red Canids continue to work their way around the map. Just getting picks here and there, and this bodes well for their T-half-2 nade as they're getting a little aggressive on the CT side, getting some good picks. And Imperial are looking like they're making a lot of consistent errors, which just almost seem like complacency at this point. Like they were expecting to walk in here and just roll all over Red Canids.
Yeah, I think Imperial are banking on the fact that Red Canids, after that 13-3 shellacking on map 1, would be kind of in their own heads, passive, scared, pensive. But it's not the case. Red Canids is bringing a whole new form of gumption to map number 2. Maybe the coach talked to them between maps, who knows, but it does look like a new and reinvigorated Red Canids. The individual is being fiery hot. Destiny, one we highlighted before. Hardzao slowed down a bit, but he's been aggressive towards Fountain, aggressive in bathrooms to hold. Martine as well having his moments. And speaking of, Nithon finally waking up as well on a rifle. No way, trades a bit, but there's still 2 defenders here. Destiny on the truck, and I throw an angle around the smoke. He'll find 1, but the spray's delayed. Good trade from Henny. And No Way did find 1 before falling. Henny, though, still his back's against the wall. 1v2, MP9 and M4 both coming up towards the trash can. Trying to compel a peek. A double peek comes in. He'll fall. Red Canids do mount the comeback. They do tie it up. We'll see you after the break.
Always busy, you know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, always busy, you know we always can go easy. but if you play your cards right, I might just think about it twice. Yeah. Say it like you mean it, I don't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't give in if you won't make a move right now. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. We can go easy, but you should let me know. I've been giving clues and you're acting all blind. Trying to make some moves, but you're staying behind. How come you don't get it when I say it like that? Like that, like that, like that. I've been giving clues and you're acting all blind. Trying to make some moves, but you're staying behind. How come you don't get it when I say it like that? Like that, like that, like that. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, always busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, always busy. You know we always can go easy. You should let me know.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some pensiveness from Imperial and some fiery hot individual performances from the Red Canids leads us to a tied ball game as we start the second half. Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the microphone. Red Canids now on the harder side of the map, T side, and they're going straight towards B. Two sets of utility, one for hardzao and one spread between Venom Zera and Nithon. No P250s. And connector push in towards water from Imperial. They're looking to rebuke this take. The duelie's a little bit too far ahead though. Bolts falls. Henny though combines with Phelps from short to find two. They're looking for a third as well. Venom Zera offers some resistance, ties things up. No, that does instead. hardzao drops Phelps, but Vinny swings it right back to a 2v1. hardzao found the first. He was low. Knows where the second is, but is he ready for the flank? That's the question. He is. All on the duel. Dink comes in. Kill secured. hardzao steals away the lead for Red Canids. The pistol round victory.
Good pistol round there from Red Canids. Something that was necessary for them to win, given the fact they lost the first half pistol round. So, it's a good start there for them. No buy up from Imperial. Just a P250 on Phelps, and that should not do enough to gather a round up, realistically speaking. It's just Galils and AKs for Red Canids, minimal utility. But they were expecting a potential forest buy from Imperial, and they also want to be as strong as possible as they could be going into round number 3 of the half, which Imperial will have full rifles up regardless. It's an A-long stack from the CT side, a complete abandonment of B, with Henny being the closest guy over there up on Con. And it's going to be a bomb plant here, and what should be a lock for an 8th for Red Canids. Maybe 2 kills if they're lucky for Imperial, but they should be cannon fodder, as all 5 are grouping up and going back towards T-spawn, unless they're going to play exit snake, which would be something a little strange.
Be interesting. Red Canids might be inclined to exit through their own spawn. Destiny and Zera still posted. They know it's a possibility, but they aren't spotting anybody. Here comes the press. They are all exiting in this direction. This pistol could be huge. Flash in. I thought Destiny, though, ready for it. Phelps finally finds one. Hardzao, happy to hunt, though, finds two, and Venom's Zera the final. Only one player falling. I respect the idea from Imperial. Unfortunately, it was expected by Red Canids, who even played anti-flash for good measure.
Yeah, Red Canids did a good job there to just finish the job. Make it as clean as possible, only losing one. It's not bad at all. And a 2-round lead for Red Canids. Their first 2-round lead since round number 3 of Anubis a very long time ago. No way, spamming away. Not going to get a kill. No one there. And that's a good Molotov into Divider. Going to do a good amount of damage to No Way. Henny as well, taking 18. The Galils now have a couple of vulnerable players to find, potentially, as Red Canids work their way around the map, gaining up the control of Con, one out towards B main, and maybe a little bit of a long pressure as well from Nithon and Destiny. And they're going to start working their way up long. They're going to find bathrooms is clear, and there's nobody actually watching long proper from Imperial.
Nope. They're spotting it every once in a while. They're not outright posted and ready. And it is just M4s for Imperial, and they're lacking utility at this stage. 2 smokes and a flash. There's still about a minute left in the round. Red Canids still have enough for an execute as well. Still only 2 defenders on A as Red Canids begin to stall. They are getting control slowly, but it does feel very much like Imperial's T side, where they just slow things down to the last couple seconds. Henny pressuring up towards Divider, finds one. No Way combines for a second. Push towards the long is the response, but can Nithon find anybody? No Way at map. Finds one, spots the shadow. A second potentially on the board as well as Destiny peeks in. Phelps actually instead supporting, finds the kill. Martin towards Divider, swings, does the damage, but not the kill. It's a clean and flawless one for Imperial in the first rifle round, and that might help them turn the corner here. Red Canids should have one more investment, one more chance before they're sent back to pistols.
One more opportunity to retain a lead, and they are going to use their timeout here, and that is a wise call from the Red Canids. They cannot let Imperial get out to a strong position on this CT side. 9-10 rounds on the board, imperative. Imperial is just going to take it one round at a time, one kill at a time from the looks of things, and their slower overpass style more conducive to a stronger CT side. Smoke up for Monster, which actually I think is easier to throw in CS2 than it was in Go. But either way, no ops. Tech 9 for Venom's Zera. Double Galils, Martin, and Destiny. Against the AKs, or rather M4 and 2 AKs of Imperial. Plenty of utility. 3 kits. No helmet on Henny, which may be a concern, Nate.
Might be. Definitely could be with the Galil and Tech 9. See where the fight comes in. Vinny gets the spot early on, falls back. Heavy B lean from Nasha, run straight out. Good kill from the Tech 9 on the first. Phelps has to do a lot here. 2 secured, 3, almost a 4th. He shuts him down. Bolts finishes what he started. The last alive is Destiny. He has one of those 2 Galils we talked about before, but he's not going to win the duel. Not versus Henny and Connector. 8-8 tied right back up. It wasn't flawless like the last, but it was still dang close with only 1 falling. Very good hold from Phelps when the pressure's on.
Great hold from Phelps. He's showcased a lot of individual prowess across this series, going back to Anubis and here on Overpass. He's head and shoulders the top fragger on the server right now, although No Way is decently close to him at 15. Phelps has done a huge amount for... Actually, wait, Destiny has 1 more kill than Phelps? I didn't even realize that. But Phelps has had a lot of impact, much as Destiny in the multi-kills. I think we had a bit of a lag out there, so apologies on that. I'm not so sure what's going on, but we'll figure that out as soon as we possibly can and get back into the game as soon as we can. But it looked like there was a possibility for some pistols to overwhelm the party player.
Yeah, it looked like potentially a crash on our end, but hopefully the round's still going without any issues. Hopefully it's just on our end and not the server as a whole. It definitely looked like that player at Party was going to get overwhelmed, and that could be a possibility or an inroad for Red Canids to find some damage, because they've been really lacking said damage in the last couple rounds.
And at least some damage would be good against the rifles, thin out that CT economy, which is always easy to damage and very hard to grow. So if you can get 1, 2, 3 kills on pistol, that's amazing. But for Red Canids right now, it's just about getting back on the guns and getting the gun round converted. They need to stay in front of Imperial right now, as we're going to hop right back in. We'll see what we missed, if we missed anything at all. But here we go, momentarily.
Just pistols. So unless
Yeah.
they really leveraged that rifle well, unless that rifle got no kills and they continued rushing forward, I can't imagine too much, but I'm always ready to be pleasantly surprised. Round is
Oh,
still upon us, and it's in a very awkward spot.
this
it
is a new
appears.
round.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
So say the rifle is right. Red Canids, 8-9. So they did not succeed in the last. It was a very succinct one. 3 versus 3 though. This one's anybody's round. Op, M4, and AUG. A little bit of utility versus a Galil and AKs. Penny is pressuring, flanking all the way through A. If he can set up power position in towards the connector here, like top connector, would be big. Those two players could worry about only a B site take.
Oh, he's going to flank all the way through. Henny's going all the way behind here. He's going to get the information. They're going to push on through. Good swing from Vinny, but a second flash from Bartin. Or rather from Nithon, we'll say Bartin. Bolts 1 from Toxic. Henny's on the flank. Bolts 2 and 3 from Toxic Barrels. Locks things down for an expensive victory for Imperial. Red Canids close, but no cigar. And Imperial now starting to march forward towards what could be victory here in map number 2 and series number 1 of the day. Audic and Bestia over on ESL CSB, the other series for this double elimination qualifier for ESL Challenger Atlanta. Half buy-in for Red Canids with the hero Galil on Venom Zeta. He went all in here. Pistols and armor surrounding him, and potentially a fast B play. Smoke from Molly. It doesn't even smoke off fast enough, so he's going to take some damage, and Phelps will make it so it's a kill and 2 as he pushes out through Khan. Takes a little bit of return fire through the sewer pipe, but Vinny throws his lot in from heaven and sprays down Nithon. 1 from Destiny, but he's so low. 2 on the pistols. The nade, though, these nades can do them all, and they will indeed. 11-8 now for Imperial, and the money is flourishing on the CT side.
You know, a lot of the complaints I've heard about CT side in general in Counter-Strike 2 is that multi-kills are so much harder to find. It's just harder to spray. As we talked about, the sprays are different. It feels a little bit different. The movement combines to make it far more difficult to find those multi-kills. And yet, this map has felt like there's been quite a few of them. hardzao and Bathroom consistently finding 2. We saw Phelps at the ramp shutting down a take when things looked scary. We saw a triple kill just a couple of moments ago from, I believe it was Bolts towards the barrels. Shut down what was around it to go either direction. And now a multi-kill lineup towards Monster for Vinny. He gets 2 and almost a third while full blind. It was like Overpass still enables the lineups and the multi-kills to come through for the CT side, and that's what makes it feel like an especially oppressive map right now for Imperial. hardzao, a 1 versus 4. He's past the first level. Phelps pushing in towards Monster, and Ego Peak shut down, but still a long way from actually making this round possible. hardzao just hoping someone will gift him a way into it, but seems like this is a guaranteed 12th for Imperial.
It does appear to be that way, and that puts them on match point here with a very swift potential to end this one out. Imperial, they had a very sketchy T-half, I would say. Some success and also a lot of not success.
A lot of
and some
oversights.
success that shouldn't have come in their favor.
I feel like a lot of oversights, a lot of unforced errors for both parties that kind of led to that even footing, but this half has been fairly more decisive, I would say, for Imperial. They've really balanced it out. That's what's expected on this map. It is CT-sided as a whole. And of course, Red Canids wanted to start on CT on their opponent's map pick, so expected a less than ideal first half, yet 6 I still feel is more than enough on the CT side of Overpass.
One v3 for hardzao would be a magnificent play to bring them back in. Molotov will telegraph his position. The bomb plan will only further cement that. There's players coming up con. The low HP No Way is just going to hang out towards bank and kind of play 1-2 with bolts coming up the lane. Henny going to jump up. No Way going for a spot. Catches the timing. And that'll be round number 12 confirmed for Imperial. 4 rounds in the lead. 4 match points for them. Red Canids bomb plan will let them buy up here, which is some small consolation. But Imperial do not look like losing map number 2.
That plant feels like more than hardzao should have gotten out of that round, and he did well to find it at least. That gives them something to stand on in round number 21. Full AKs, pretty solid utility overall. I would say Barthin dropping it over, or actually selling for some other pieces instead, but point still stands. This is far better than it could have been. If they ever had a chance to dig their feet in, it would be now. They need to make a stand. They don't want this to be a 2-0. Phelps has had a solid map box. 25. Vinny, 1 for 1, traded by Nython. 4 versus 4. Disfavored the T's in most cases, but given Imperial's performance thus far on the CT side, I'd still say they are favored in round number 21.
As long as Phelps lives, Imperial are favored. I would even go so far as to say as long as Phelps or No Way is alive, Imperial have a chance. Because No Way's been very good on map number 2. Rough start to map number 1. But it is a different level here. Red Canids superior to Booker Juniors in most regards. And now, we see No Way adjusting to this level of play and getting more and more comfortable on this map. Imperial, 2 short, 3B total. And 1 on A, the off of Henny, just going for spots. Having all the rifles here to hold B is perfect. The ideal read considering the situation. There's a flash, and Phelps peeks way too early. That's going to lead to his death.
Yeah, so his turn. Ooh. No Way, though. A double in response. Spraying down 2. He'll fall back and look for more. Does some damage. hardzao finally humbles him, but Bolt has a chance. No, he's caught. Henny now in a clutch. So 1 versus 2. He's found the first. The nade is so good. Nython down to 2. The Molotov might even do him in. So awkward. He does get away. Does just ever so slightly get away. And Henny has the pistol out. It's the right call. He doesn't know how much damage he's taken. Should still have this round. The HE.
Oh, it's Nython.
Yeah, it's Nython. Not Henny. Henny walks in the angle, and he doesn't pull the trigger. The op is recovered. Nython, a critical clutch to keep his team alive, but losing all those players means the economy is going to be strained. Nython can drop an AK, sure. They can buy rifles, but some of them will have to be Galils if they want utility. Meanwhile, Imperial, they have a bit of money they can invest into this round. With M4 surrounding, Henny can get an op if he wants it. You have a technical pause once again. Not sure what the issue is, but hopefully it's a very brief pause.
The pauses have tended to be on the briefer side in CS2, so we'll see how long this one persists. And he should be going back on the op momentarily. 3, 4 rifles, 2 Galils, 2 AKs, and the op for Nython. Not quite a symmetrical buy, which is ruining the aesthetic, but we can live with it on Red Canids. They're lucky to get out of that one, though. That nade narrowly finishing the job. Henny just unable to convert that spray, or rather the tap, onto hardzao at the end there. Henny's been very confident swapping to the pistols, though. That is one thing for sure. And he looks confident with the utility as well. The op still seems a little strange in his hands, but he's adapting to it more and more. It's not the Henny of old, which could single-handedly take over a game. But he's having some steady impact, which is a good thing. I feel like that's kind of a role operators are going to start taking more and more in CS2, is more of just steady impact, crowd control almost.
Yeah, much less flashy, much less at the spear point. Instead, kind of supporting, finding that second for your teammates when they can't convert the spray completely. Holding the angle.
Doing damage.
Yeah, just doing consistent and honestly punishing damage against those players trying to push as a unit. But it sounds like this technical pause is going to take a little bit longer than we anticipated, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a brief break. Oh, never mind. It sounds like we might actually have a quick fix. So never mind that break. We're going to stay here. We're going to talk a little bit longer and hopefully, okay, there we go. We are back into the action again. 3 series points for Imperial. Red Canids, they're belabored in this one. 2 Galils, 2 AKs. They have the op for Nython, but how much impact can he have on the attacking side of Overpass in CS2?
Hasn't had much impact on the map in general. We'll see if Nithon can pull something off towards maybe a long play or even just a hold towards Con. Looks like he's going towards B, however, which throws things into a bit of a monkey wrench. Oh, look at this boost, Nate. That angle. That's dirty.
It is dirty. It's not finding anyone, though. Now I have to be paranoid about a long push through playground. Oh, he might get the spot. Does he see him? It's through a wall.
No, not yet. He's behind a wall.
Yeah. Hard to tell with the X-ray. Jump
He
nade
knows
comes
now.
in.
He has to know now.
There's a spot. There's the kill. We do see it connect. Patient is Henny. And that's the Opera's duel one. That's the first Opera's duel we've seen. And how unorthodox is that one?
Oh, so we're putting that in our back pockets for the next time we play Overpass, right?
Bugs, we struggle in general. That does take it's a fairly easy jump up, but still. I think that's out of our skill set.
No, what we
Also,
do is we just drag somebody else to boost us up.
That's true. That's true. Red Canids noticing that a very aggressive posturing, expecting 3 towards A, will instead go towards B. Adjustments in. 2 players on the site drop down in the pit. Smoke. And they'll dance around it. Venom Zera lines up the first, takes a dink forward, but Barthine is here to support, securing the second cleanly. No way. Burns alive after finding 1. The nade, though, does prevent the bomb plant. That gives them the time they need. Phelps and Henny, 2 versus 2. The op might be unwieldy. Phelps up close. Timing's everything. hardzao takes him down. Henny swaps to the rifle in the meanwhile. Bomb recovered. Plant forthcoming. Henny, another nade. Will do some more punishing damage, but can he pull off the 1v2?
He has to get them to peek him, and it doesn't look like Red Canids are going to do that at all. They're going to play a double swing. Contact made first by Barthine. hardzao on the site. And he knows where hardzao is. He has full confirmation now, but a one-tap coming out of hardzao through the wall. We'll get a 10th on the board for Red Canids. They are starting to surge back into this, and a very possible 11th on the board here in round number 23 should lead us to a 24th. It's just going to be a half buy from Imperial. No way on an MP9. It's going to be the most potent weapon they have. 5.7 for bolts, maybe a deagle for Henny and Phelps. Vinny shouldn't invest anything at all. Full AKs for Red Canids. Deagle for Phelps, nothing for Henny. He wants an op. And rightfully so. His nade utility, though, Nate. His nade damage, pristine right now.
Is looking to send us over to overtime. Vinny up close. Thinking about swinging right at the wrong time. Barthine does him in. Player short fares no better. Barthine a second on the board with the assist from Venom Zera. The last 3 all connector. MP9, 5.7 USB, and this is going to be an 11th for Red Canids. The question is, how expensive of an 11th is it going to be?
Full send it, boys. Full send it. Come on, do it. Do it.
Exits is the name, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if they're even going to get one, though. Henny's going to run into the playground player,
Flash over
I believe.
That's good. That's a good
Oh,
flash.
no, they're going to go in.
Not going to force it. Giving another flash. Not sure what the goal is there. I would say no way. Doesn't need to save the MP9, but saving the Kevlar is okay. hardzao and no way both fall. So that's the armor I mentioned, but also a rifle dropped. Last, a chance for Imperial to get it across the line with no overtime required. Nithon has his op. So does Henny. It's 4 rifles and an op versus 4 rifles and an op. Lacking utility, though, for the CT side, and no kit either.
No kit. And actually, map number 1 of the other series went to overtime, so it would make our second overtime of the day as a qualifier if we do get overtime here. Lots of long pressure from Red Canids, 3 up. 2 still back towards T-Con and making their way out top fountain area. And he spots the cross of the op, and he knows the other ones are there as well. There's no pressure from Bathrooms. He has a player up towards Con, but no way goes down swinging. Destiny sprays down Henny. And now the defense is collapsing for Imperial. A little over aggression, not enough passivity, maybe too much confidence for Imperial now. Let's put them on the back foot. Phelps still in Con. Nade will help clue him in information-wise. His other 2 teammates, Vinny and Phelps, up towards A side proper. Molotov smoke for bolts. Slow pace now for Red Canids, finally chucking their utility in. Venom's at clearing up to side itself. Vinny tagged down decently low. Sprayed through that smoke, does more damage on him. He's just getting traced as Bolts goes down. Vinny somehow living as Phelps goes away. Vinny falls as well. It's 12-12 overtime, baby. We're heading to extra Counter-Strike, and Red Canids have battled back marvelously on both half one and half two. Imperial disappointing again on this map. And it again begs the question, why?
They find good success in the early goings, and they're still a little bit too aggressive. Red Canids have the protocols ready to trade, and Imperial just aren't ready for it. The double kills are really solid from Imperial early on. They're kind of lacking for this defense. I see the same buys before. M4s in and out versus AKs in and out. Is the first round of overtime. It is the same as it was in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. 3 rounds per half, $12.5K in the bank at the start. The magic number is the regular score for Global Offensive at 16. Aggression towards water for Nithon at the spearhead again. The op taking the point, sneaking in, just has the player walking in, misses the shot. Phelps gets away as well, throws in a nade. Destiny though drops no way. Phelps is gonna try to fight in. Spots one, can't get the kill. Venom Zera finds Phelps. Vinny, the last stand now on B. He does have support from Bolts. Red Canids aren't going to force the issue. They'll fall away. 2 versus 3. The op of Henny here to hold, here to greet. He'll find one. He hears the steps of the second as well. With the op. He wants to send a message. That's his undoing. Venom Zera swinging out, finds the trade. 1v2 on 36 HP. It's difficult, but it's doable. Not with that nade, though. Vinny greets him at the door and slams it in his face. 13-12, Imperial. Where was that during regulation?
That was saved for overtime, apparently. Great shots from Henny, great utility from Vinny, great overall performance from Imperial in that round, and Red Canids stonewalled in their first attempt. I don't even know whether to say it's 2 on CT or 2 on T side, just because of how even this was. Literally 6 and 6 on each side for everybody. I would like to lean towards getting 2 on the CT side, though, just conventional Counter-Strike knowledge. And Imperial have gotten halfway to there. If they get 3 out of this first half, they have no excuse not to close it out.
No. But it was as even as you can get. 50% win rate on both sides for both teams. Red Canids along is the call. The opt-in connector is a very peculiar choice. Henny having to watch 2 very opposing angles, but he hasn't been punished yet. Hardzao dinked. Support from Phelps did help the opper, but now it's gone. Towards
Wow.
connector finds one. Looking for a second as well. Nithon's here, but Nithon's blindsided by No Way towards Divider. This 3-player stack supporting A and connector has worked out thus far for Imperial. As they begin to follow it. Don't overstay your welcome, gentlemen. Henny might just find Destiny walks into the angle. The op does not miss. Good shot from Henny. Imperial adjusting in a big way. That op and connector was a big liability, but it pays off.
Quite a liability. He did have a little bit of a 1-2 with Phelps, a long-time teammate of Henny. No way. Might just get these last 2. Turns away, goes back. Only 1 shot connected onto Bartin. Henny's still around, though, and he is holding. Peeking a little more pixely angle, but not as pixely as he would have liked from Mogo. He still hits the shot through the wall, leaving hardzao on the op to fall victim to Henny on the Uspis. 14 now, 2 in a row on the CT side at OT1. The last buy up here from Red Canids will pertain of AKs across the board. Looks like they don't want to go for an op here, Nate. And they're going to call a timeout. They do have a couple lying around, 2 of 3 now being used. And I'd say this is a pretty good time to use that timeout.
Yeah. As we mentioned, it was a very even map, even spread. You want at least 1 on both sides of overtime. Well, 2 on one on the other, but a sweep does feel like too insurmountable a comeback at this stage. Still in effect for Nithon, as it is for Henny, but again, Henny's had markedly more success across this game on both sides of the map. Imperial looking to make it 15 and have 3 more attempts at a victory on this one.
Python with the op one more time. Can he get something with it on the T side of Overpass? It's B scrim from Red Canids. 4 players heading that way. Smoke off towards top of Monster Tunnel. Venom Zeta surfing into the smoke, but he won't go through it. Needs to be sure to go through it. Vinny Spam finds 0, but he might just meet himself with a swift release of death momentarily as the pop is on. A re-smoke comes through from Bolts, though. How much longer will Red Canids wait? They look like they want to go fast here. Spray does a little bit of damage and comes the peak. Sprays in. Vinny Bolts, 1 each. Sprays continue. The push comes through. It's 3-2 Imperial. Make it 4. Bolts with a double. Up to Nithon now as the nade from Henny sails in. And again, his nade does massive damage. The op in heaven. The rifle down at green door. I guess now they're brown doors. Nithon caught by the op. 15-12. Imperial, a flawless CT half of Overpass. And I have to echo your question, Nate. Where was this on the normal regulation CT half?
How many map series points do they have? Do they have any? Might have 1.
They had 4.
I say right. They had a lot.
And now 3 more.
There's a question. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. Lots of questions, but hey, at least it's here before the map is over. Before they lose it and get off to number 3, which would be Vertigo if we get there. Red Canids have it all to do. Backs against the wall. Once again, on the defense, they have rifles. They have the op for Nithon. This is the op of Henny and 4 AKs and an early A or B lean, excuse me, from Imperial. All 5 players here. They're gonna get water control and they're gonna go from there. Martin gonna be the first point of contact towards Monster. This flash though for hardzao could be big if he comes out con. She was into con instead. Venom 0. 3 players here and a 4th in connector. This could be a good setup for Red Canids to defend off against the take, but hardzao finds the first good trade from Bolts. They push in towards Monster. Martin holds things down against Vinny, but still 3 more to find. Henny, rid of a flank. While Bolt and Phelps are slowing down to go for a bit.
3 players here. 1 on A. Still pushing. Spots the drop, but can't get the spray damage done. 45 seconds on the clock. Imperial do not need to commit to the B take. They have not rotated anything out. They look like they want to go for this regardless. Nice flash over top. Messy spray from Phelps, but Henny comes up with a second into a 3v2. Man advantage until Destiny brings it level. Parody again. The op in heaven spotted. Phelps the wall spam. They know where Nithon is. His op barrel has shown. And Henny has let me know. Molotov in. Henny is not burning.
It's in the smoke. It landed in the smoke, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There's fire outside of the smoke. So it's a little interesting how the mollies work. Not used to it. But there is Phelps to get the last kill. And Imperial get it over the line. 16-12. It took them quite a bit of extra Counter-Strike to get it done, Nate. And it does make you wonder that they could have done that during regulation.
Yeah, maybe they were just worried about it. They got in their own heads. They wanted to play what worked, and of course.